Welcome to the Two Bitter Babes podcast. Join Kimmi and Angela as they work to mend their tattered hearts. Get ready to get uncomfortable, because these two bitter besties are diving right in.
It has been a long time, huh?
Yes, it has been a long time. We just uploaded an episode that we recorded a year and a half ago.
Oops.
I'm not apologizing.
Well, lots happened.
Yeah. And I'm glad we both are at a better place right now and are excited to get back to it.
So, what have you been up to for the last year and a half?
Lord, for the last year and a half, I checked myself into a behavioral crisis unit. Yeah, because so much had happened going on 3 years ago. My brother died by suicide. And then my mother had another stroke, and this one really affected her to where we didn't feel safe with her living alone and not near me or my other brother. So I picked her up and I moved her out. I moved myself out. We moved to be near family. And that was all really great, a new start, except for that I was living with two people with dementia. And it was really affecting my mental health because I kind of was their pincushion, I'll just say, for their paranoia. So one day I was just like, I was so depressed that I felt like I was going to go from suicidal ideation to
Plan? Then you have a plan.
yeah, like active. So that really scared me because I really don't want to die. I just wanted the pain to stop. And so it scared me because I don't want to die. I want to be here with my loved ones, with myself. So I checked myself in. And the only reason I knew how to do that is because I have some great examples in my life. Two young people in their 20s who I love check themselves in. I just think it's such a brave thing to do, to get help if you run out of resources. And the
Yeah.
other person is you, Kimmi.
Yeah.
You are a brave example to me.
Thanks. You are too, Mama.
And even though I was really afraid, I'm like, if these people who I know did it, they saved themselves, they were brave, I can do it too. So I did. And it was like pushing a reset button. And I've been working hard ever since.
The brave part is just the vulnerability, being
Yes.
vulnerable. That's the
Yeah.
brave part. That's the hard part. When I checked myself in, my best friends, my daughter, everybody knew I was there. It wasn't a secret.
Right.
I just kind of really had this emotional meltdown, and I was just exhausted, and I was not wanting to deal with anything anymore, and it was scary.
Yeah.
It was scary because I had a plan, and luckily a friend of mine picked me up and took me to the emergency room, checked me in, and I literally slept in an emergency room for like 2 days. I was just mentally exhausted, emotionally spent. There was nothing left. Nothing left.
I know.
Yeah, I was tapped out, tanked. And yeah, I wish we had community where you can be tapped out and tanked and just sleep for days and people will just take care of you until you're ready.
Yeah.
Or maybe gently nudge you back into the world. But we don't have that, unfortunately. We have crisis centers.
My favorite part about being in the behavioral crisis unit is I slept. I just slept. I brought my earplugs because I knew that it's a shared room. I brought my earplugs and my phone and my headphones, and I literally just slept, zonked, I think for over 24 hours straight for sure. I don't know exactly the amount. And then my second favorite thing is the people there were so kind, compassionate, understanding,
Very supportive.
very supportive. They gave me some resources that I felt like, oh, okay, gonna go out with a new plan. And I did. I got this awesome job that I have. I set some boundaries, physical and emotional boundaries. And I started seeing an herbalist. One of my best friends is a master herbalist, and I'm just getting my health, all my health, my mental, my physical, emotional health, getting strong. And what a year and a half it's been.
Yeah, no shit.
Incredible what
Yeah.
happened in a year and a half.
Well, I know when I checked myself in, it was before I moved out of my house and moved into my apartment, but I will say I was running definitely on empty. I was trying to work so much and do so much because I didn't want to feel the emotion. I didn't want to feel anything, but you can't do it. And I knew I couldn't, but I just was trying so desperately anyway. It's so hard
Yeah,
to run from all of that, but you can't, and it sucks and it's hard. But here we
yeah.
are a year and a half later. I moved to a whole new state.
You sure did. And I'm moving next week into my own
Yeah,
place.
into your
Super
own
excited
place.
about that.
Yeah. I moved all the way to Arizona, hot as hell. Love it. Sunny. Love it. I love the area I live in.
It's beautiful. I
Yeah.
came out to visit you and it felt so good to be there out I just really love the desert.
Yeah.
Such a
It's
peaceful,
beautiful here.
beautiful area.
And the area I live in is a green desert. It's very
Mm,
green here. And then
yeah.
we've had birthdays and we went to Disneyland for mine. That was fun.
Yeah. Well, last year we went to Disneyland for my birthday.
Yeah, no, then what did we no, you came here. Well, one year we went to my birth. I don't know. We've gone to Disney quite a bit.
Yes, because I remember you said that you wanted to reclaim Disney as your own. So you came out here and we went to Disneyland, the two of us. And wait, did your daughter and her wife show up that time too?
No, I think we're confused.
Shit,
It's a year and a half later we're
so much
getting to Disney
happens
now,
that
so
it's
I can't even remember.
oh
But
my
no, I
gosh.
know we went one birthday I went out there and we went to the zoo and then we did
Right.
go to Disney on your birthday. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
And then you came out here for my
You're right.
birthday.
The San Diego Zoo.
Yeah,
All
yeah.
right. Now it's all
We're-
coming together.
New jobs for me, new home, bought a home.
Hmm.
So, yeah, doing a lot.
We were talking about how we both feel like we've reached this plateau where we're not struggling so much. And I equate it to hiking. When I'm hiking, and sometimes it gets so hard, and you're just like, a little bit more, a little bit more. And then getting to a vista, a plateau. This one in particular that I'm thinking of had this bench, gorgeous views. I could drink some water and catch my breath, do a little stretching, and then I was ready to continue. And I want to stay at this plateau for a little bit. I want to enjoy it
Yeah.
because the last 5.5 years have been so challenging for me. As a matter of fact, I told you that I think it was last week or within the last month, I it just slipped out of my mouth when somebody asked me how I was feeling, and I said, "I'm happy." And I haven't said that for 5.5 years, and it surprised me, and it kinda scared me too because I'm always afraid of the other shoe dropping or getting excited about it and then being disappointed because we never know when the ups and downs of life happen. We just don't know. But I just reminded myself, don't anticipate, just enjoy where you are right now. And I am. I am.
Yay.
Yeah.
Remember, we used to be like, call me if you want to talk to a depressed person.
Yes. Hey, we haven't texted that to
We
each other in
haven't,
I don't know how long.
no. No.
I love that's
Yeah,
our
we used to do that
go-to.
so much. Uh, I will say that the first thing I've said in decades was, I love it here.
I know.
I never said that in Seattle, and I was there for like 20 years.
Yeah.
And I moved out here, and then they're like, "How do you like it here?" I love it. It's
Yeah.
beautiful. Everywhere I look, it's beautiful. There's mountains everywhere. Been hiking, biking, doing my lifting, getting ready for another meet, and
Mhm.
never said that before.
I know, and when you said it to me, I felt it, and I immediately was just so happy for you because it sounded so sincere, and, just the kinda relief and joy in your voice when you said it, I really wanted that for you, and I'm so happy for you that you that you feel that way.
We're getting there, babe. I mean,
I
everything we
know.
do is scary.
Yeah,
Everything is
that's
scary,
true.
and I don't know why. I don't know why. I don't know if it's just the unknown, but my lease was coming up, and I just said, uh, "I'm out. Why am I
Mhm.
staying here? Why am I gonna sign another year lease and go through another winter where I'm super depressed?" I mean, I do wish I could have stayed. I wish I could find the job that I had there. Here, I really liked that nursing job. I don't like being so far away from my daughter. I used to was only a mile away, but just another year there and never wanting to be there in the first place, being with someone who didn't give a fuck that I didn't want to be there, didn't give a shit that it affected me. He didn't care. If he did, we wouldn't have stayed.
Right.
And I tried so long to be happy there. I really tried to
Yes, you
embrace
did.
it. And the city of Seattle's great. And I do miss the neighborhood I lived in. I lived right in the middle of everything and I just walked everywhere. It was great. I
Yeah.
just couldn't do another winter there. And plus the baggage.
Yep.
I wanted to get away from the baggage. I felt like I've told you before, every time I looked, I always was looking around over my shoulder. He gonna be there? Is he gonna be there? Am I gonna bump into him to a restaurant? And even though I didn't really care, at the same time, it was just like I still didn't want to. Didn't want to see his fucking face. I just would want to punch him. I mean, it would have just probably been a scene. I don't know if it would have been a scene or not. I have no idea, but I just
Right.
didn't want to deal with it. And I never wanted to see him. I never ever saw him again. And I never want to. So it's that sense of huge relief and freedom. And there are times where a location, you just got to move. And it is scary. I mean, shit, when I decided to come out here, I had no job, no place to live, didn't think I was going to have any friends or family. Well, my family is here, but they're hour and a half, 2 hours away drive.
Mm,
And I was moving and I was like, fuck it, I'm out.
I love that.
I know. And then packed up all my shit. I made it a really great trip I drove by myself for 2 weeks, saw all these national parks and did all these beautiful things. And it was great. It was great. And yeah, it's scary giving up or leaving things that are very safe and very secure. I get that. I get it. And you just got to say, I trust what's going to happen. I trust what's going to happen. And it felt so right to do it,
Mhm.
even though I had nothing really in place other than like, hey, can I stay at your place until I find a place? It didn't take me long to find a place, but it all unfolded. It worked out. I love it down here. I'm making great friends, starting my own little community. And then I don't think we ever spoke about it before I had moved out here, but decided I was going to do it and was taking the steps to do it. I had that lucid dream
Mhm.
where I was falling asleep on the couch, not quite asleep, but just getting there. And I was dreaming that I was looking down on the city of Tucson because that's where I was going to head. And I don't even remember what the city of Tucson looked like. I haven't been in Tucson since I was a kid. I just
Right.
decided that's where I'm going. So so I had this dream where I was looking at the city of Tucson, but it was like all white, like an architecture would do. They make it all the buildings right when they do a planning, they're planning the
Mhm.
neighborhood. So I'm looking down and all the trees are white and everything's like this fake white thing and the cars and stuff. And I was looking at it and then it was like a movie, like I was panning out. So it's like coming backwards and the city was getting smaller and smaller. And as the city was getting smaller, I wrapped my arms around it like I was trying to give it a hug and I
Oh,
pulled it toward me to my chest,
yeah.
and I literally felt and heard like it felt like a snap, like I was putting some missing piece together, but it
Wow.
snapped in there, right? And then when I felt that snap, all of a sudden this burst of, I swear to God, your orange yellow light just burst out of my chest. And I'm slowly kind of waking up now because that snap was like I heard it, I felt it, it was really weird. Now there's this burst of light, and I just felt I've never felt that kind of calm or peace before in my life. Like It's gonna be fine. Don't worry." Like, I didn't even think anything. I just felt it. And I was starting to wake up and the light was starting to disappear or dissipate, and I was like, "Oh," like, thinking to myself, "No, come back, come back, because that was such an
Yeah.
amazing feeling, like, don't go away." But then I woke up and I was like, "What the fuck was that? Holy shit."
Mhm.
It was the coolest thing.
That is incredible. Wow, what a great experience.
Yeah, that was really it was really weird. So, then I just knew, yeah, I'm doing the right thing. It feels right, everything about it, even though I have no idea what's gonna happen, it just felt completely right. And that I was just battling staying in Seattle for way too long.
Yeah.
Too much of a fight. So, here I am, making it work.
Congratulations. What a great story, what a great move. And I love that because sometimes we get into analysis paralysis, right? We're trying to
Uh-huh.
weigh the pros and cons and blah, blah,
Yep.
blah, blah, blah. And what a visceral experience you had of of intuition, or I don't know what you want to call it, but you were letting yourself know, don't be afraid. This feels so
Yeah.
good. Like going on our feelings. I know people know be logical, don't make decisions on feelings, but I really believe that they work together.
Mhm. Yeah.
All logic isn't good and maybe all feelings isn't good. It's like we're built this way for a reason. We should use all our faculties,
Mhm.
feelings included.
And I will say I was lucky because I had the means to do it.
Of course.
But I also look back when I was a single mother and I moved a lot then too. And even though I had a lot less, but also having to be responsible for another person, I did it then too. So I kept saying, "Why are you so afraid of this? Why are you so afraid to get out of here?" And I was doing it again. I was starting to weigh the pros and cons. But this job, and then I'm going to leave my daughter, and blah, blah, blah. And I've been here so long. Why can't I make this work? And I really loved my apartment and all
Mhm.
this shit, and I just was like, "I need to listen to myself." I've done this before with a
Mhm.
lot less.
Mhm.
What am I afraid of? And it's only me. I'm not, like, gonna be ruining somebody else's life if I do this.
Right. Right.
You know?
But you're ruining your life by staying.
I don't even have a pet. So, I would just want everybody to know that it's scary and it's uncomfortable, but when you know you gotta do it, you just gotta do it.
Yeah.
And you gotta listen to yourself. You really have to listen to your intuition.
And your body, our bodies
Yes.
are
And that's what I
so
mean by
incredible.
intuition though too.
Yes, yes. Well, I think we're starting to learn more about it as the science comes out about it,
Mhm.
but it isn't just our brain. They call our gut the second brain.
I don't even wanna listen to my goddamn brain anymore, I'm tired of it. The fuck out of here. Where's my
Oh my god.
lobotomy? Like,
My gosh. I know, put me out of my misery.
yeah, just put me out of my misery. Get my brain out of here. If I could just function without it, we drive ourselves crazy.
I know. I know.
We all drive ourselves crazy and worrying about things that haven't even happened,
And that may never happen.
may never happen.
And when we're doing that, we're not even in the present. We're not even living.
No, we're not in the present moment. We're maybe weeks or months or years ahead fretting about all of that. We always talk about how we're so afraid of getting older and just not having enough. And I keep trying to tell myself, you will have enough. You will have enough. Yes, you want to play things a little smart, not spend every cent I have on just frivolous stuff or doing whatever. But at the same time, I don't want to worry about it so much that I'm frozen now and too scared to do anything.
Yeah. I feel like I am taking care of two people, my present self and my future elder self. And I don't want to sacrifice my present self for my future self, and I don't want to sacrifice my future self for my present self.
That's
I I wish I would have thought of that when I was a wife and a mother and even a daughter because I did sacrifice my needs so much for the people around me. I was raised to be a caregiver and to not have boundaries and to think of everybody else except for myself. And so I don't want to do that again with myself, if that makes sense.
Yeah,
But yeah, I strive for a balance. And sometimes that's scary. It's like, oh, am I doing too much now? And then I won't have enough then? Or am I focusing too much on the future and I'm neglecting myself now?
I know. This balance.
And like you said, just listening, feeling into my body, listening and feeling and going more by that.
Yeah. I don't even call it anxiety anymore. I just call it tension. If I'm starting to
Mm,
feel this tension within myself,
yeah.
then I'm like, okay, I need to listen to that. Whether it's even just a little bit, even if it's just the slightest amount of tension, then I'm like,
Mm,
I need to listen to that. I need to just back up for a second, pause, whatever I got to do, and just sit with it for a second or two or three or whatever and figure out what that's about. I want to figure out what that is about more than I want my brain to tell me. Because you gaslight yourself.
yes, yes, yes.
You gaslight yourself. I will gaslight myself thinking, oh, that was nothing, blah, blah. Or you're just being, you're just being this or you're just being that. And that's what we were raised to be like, right? So I gaslight myself just like everybody else used to gaslight us.
Yeah,
And now I'm not doing it anymore.
that's great.
Yeah.
It's re-educating ourselves and connecting to my body because I used to feel, and I would say this, I used to feel like a head floating around, and it's because I was disconnected from my body. So, which
Yeah.
means I was disconnected from my intuition, my gut feeling,
Yeah.
if you will. And my friend who's a master herbalist, she's also a somatic experiencing practitioner, and that has just blown my mind of how to connect with my body in a way where I feel more integrated, like more whole.
Yeah. And you know what's so funny? I swear to God, like my 20, 30-year-old self, if I listened, if I was 30, okay, here, what am I trying to say here? So if I was my 30-year-old self right now listening to my 50 something year old self talking all this shit right now, I'd be like, girl, what the fuck happened to you? You know,
You don't want to know.
this is bullshit. What are you talking about? Like, this is some crazy woo shit, right? I know that's how I used to be. I used to be like, this is dumb. This is some woo bullshit. Listen to your inner stuff. Blah, blah, blah. What an idiot. I want to tell my 30-year-old self, you were young, I know, but you're kind of an idiot.
No. I mean, how can we be idiots if we're just acting the way we were taught to act?
Yeah. Well, and also I stopped being a listener of anyone or anything because I was lectured so much when I was younger.
Mm,
I just don't want to listen to anybody anymore.
yeah.
But then I also didn't listen to myself, so it goes hand in hand, right?
Yes, it does. That's a good observation.
Now, I didn't have that observation.
Is that why we call this stage the wise woman or
Fuck, I don't know.
or you'll hear people say hard earned wisdom. Hell yeah, it was
Why is it gotta
hard.
be so hard? I could have just bought it off Amazon. What the hell? They just wrapped that shit in a box.
No, we had to pay with our blood, sweat, and tears.
Fuck that. It's ridiculous. So, year and a half later, are we still two bitter babes? It's bitter in a different way, I think.
Yeah, it's bittersweet. Maybe we've moved to bittersweet.
I don't know. I mean, I still hate that
Yeah.
motherfucker.
Oh, I'm not talking about that.
Because I know you hate that motherfucker too. I still hate both of them.
I, I just, I, I don't even know what to say. I don't have words because it still is just almost unbelievable to me what he did and how he did it. But that's not what I'm talking about.
Right.
Just because he was fake and our relationship was fake doesn't mean that my memories with my children are
Um,
fake.
yeah.
Those are the sweet parts. And then sometimes when I'm thinking of the sweet parts, I'll be like, oh yeah, he wasn't there. He probably was fucking somebody.
Well.
Or I wonder, was he really at a business thing? That's the bitter part, and I don't think of it often. I love the memories that I made with my kids and their friends' parents who became my friends, who I'm still friends with.
And yeah, I don't feel like I'm bitter how we were a couple of years ago, but I am still bitter enough to continue this podcast if it helps other people. I'm still bitter enough where I never want to see that bitch again in my life, even though is it 3.5 years later?
I'm 5.5 years, so it's three
Okay.
and a half for you.
So I still feel like it was a waste of my goddamn time. I
Yeah.
still feel that way. We didn't have children. Do I cherish the memories? Yeah. With the family that we interacted with and all those memories and things. Yeah, I do.
Mhm.
Not the ones with him. My family member was here visiting and I expressed that to her as well. I just said, I wish I never met him. It was a waste of 20 years. I could have probably been, I don't know. I just feel like so much I could have done and didn't do it. And I fully take responsibility for that. I fully take
Mhm.
responsibility for that. No one can make you do stuff you don't want to do or hold you back from anything. But in a way, your relationships kind of do. They can if you want to stay in them, but then I should have, whatever. Woulda, coulda, shouldas, right? So she said, well, Kimmy, I mean, look at all the good stuff. You guys traveled, you did all of this and blah, blah, blah. And I was like, girl, I was doing that on my own. I can do all that shit. I travel on my own now. I travel with friends or I'll meet friends somewhere or I just travel by my fucking self. I didn't need him for that.
Right.
I didn't need him for that. I didn't need him for all my degrees. I didn't need him for shit. And I had said that to him. I don't need you. I want you in my life. I don't need you in my life. So that's what I was trying to tell her. Like, no, it was a waste of my time. It was a waste of my time. I have to let that part go. I have to let that part of like, oh, you took 20 years of my life from me go. And it's really hard because I also let it happen.
Yeah.
And then I do get pissed at myself about that at times.
Yeah.
And that's still the bitter part, and just trying to let it go.
Yeah. Well, there's nothing to say that you have to let it go now or all at once.
Yeah. I think it's slowly happening,
I think so too.
little slowly.
Yeah. And you never know of like dreams, memories can bring things up. It's like with grieving a loved one, right? One of my brothers passed away 38 years ago. And um, there's not a day that I don't miss him and wish that he was still in my life. But it's different. I used to cry, like a song would come on and I would cry, all the time. I was crying at the beginning and it was really, really hard for years. And now, of course, almost 4 decades later, it feels different. So it's like with this, it's a journey. We're always going to be, well, I'll speak for myself. The way this impacted me, that'll always just be a part of my life. And it's the acceptance part that takes time, coming to a place of acceptance. I feel like it was 10 years after my brother died
Mm-hmm.
that I accepted that his death was a part of my life and a part of who I
It
am.
is.
I was changed by that.
It defines you. Yeah, for sure.
So my grief became different after that.
Yeah, losing my brother really changed me. And when he passed away, I didn't even know if I would get through that grief.
Oh, I know.
It's devastating. Losing your sibling like that. It does become a part of your life. It defines you. And funny story, I was riding bikes with a friend today, and we're just talking and talking and talking. And I say, "Well, the longer I live by myself, the more I don't want anybody living with me ever again. Except if it's one of my girlfriends and we're old ladies and we're just living together to
Right.
keep each other company. I just like really being single right now. And if I do find someone that I'm compatible with, they're going to have their own house and I'm going to have my house that I have now. I'm so proud of myself because I don't want their shit in my house. I don't want your shit in my house.
Yeah, I'm so looking forward to living the way that I wanna live, keeping it clean without somebody behind me just mess it up again. I know that that's a privilege. The only reason I can is because it's family's back house. There's no way that I would be able to afford to live by myself.
I was only able to afford a house because I moved to Arizona. If I had stayed in Washington, unless I wanted to live, like, Eastern Washington or something like that, but so good on us. Go.
Yay!
Yeah.
Woohoo!
So I just say, do what scares you
Yeah,
within reason.
and staying where we were was scaring us too. So if we're gonna be scared,
We might as well be scared,
taking a chance.
yeah, on something
Yeah.
that you wanna do.
I was scared to take this place because my rent is gonna be higher than where I am right now. And then there was that part of me that was like, "Oh, I need to stay and help my mom." And I realized, I was like, "My gosh, here I am sacrificing myself out of fear." And
And also coming up with an excuse of why you shouldn't go.
coming up with an excuse, and I knew that. I was like, "No." The life was being sucked out of me slowly, and I said, "I will die here." And so I was like, "No, for the first time, I wanna make a decision because it's what's right for me." And that doesn't mean I'm abandoning my mom. I made arrangements. She's gonna be taken care of. I'm gonna live a mile and a half away. On my days off, I'm still taking her to her doctor's appointments.
And you guys have great family
Oh,
community there.
yes, yes. My cousins and we talk about this. We feel like we're a team. All of our parents are getting into their 80s. The oldest one is going to be 90 soon. So yeah, we all work as a team to go pick our moms up and take them somewhere or bring them something to eat or go clean their house or whatever needs to be done. That's what community should be because it's too much to do it by
Yeah,
yourself. Too
yeah,
much.
true. But that's not the world we live in right now.
Yeah. And I just told myself, if for some reason something happens, you lose your job and you can't afford the rent, then I'll make another decision. But making a decision to stay here where I'm not happy, take a chance, take a chance. And I did. Do I get scared sometimes? Yeah. Sometimes I'm in my bed going, what the hell am I doing?
I know.
You said that about moving.
I I know.
You'd call me and be like, what am I doing?
Or what did I just do?
That's right.
Shit. Oh my god, I regret everything. Ah!
No, never.
I
I
need to go
don't
back.
think so because like you said, it feels so good. It's not to say like, okay, this is us for the rest of our lives, happy campers.
And even when you do that scary thing, you're gonna have a moment of like, "Oh shit.
Oh yeah.
Shit, what did I just do?" But it works out.
Yeah.
It does. Anyway,
Yeah.
I love you.
I love you too. Glad you're in my life.
You rock.
You rock.
Yeah. Yeah. You fucking rock.
Have a good night.
Okay, bye.
Bye. Okay, and bye for real? Yeah. Okay. Mwah.
Thank you for listening to the Two Bitter Babes podcast. Please take a moment to follow, review, and share with your bitter besties. And remember, you are not alone.